A visit to the Tarkine region in western Tasmania included a trip to the nearby West Coast Ranges. We started our trip at Waterfalls, staying at the Bischoff Hotel. Before entering the Tarkine, we passed Lake Plimsoll on the Anthony Road. At the end of a day's exploring, the view of the Tyndall Range against the mirror-smooth lake was impressive. We entered the Tarkine region from the Murchison Highway near Tulla. The Tarkine stretches from the Pieman River in the south to the Arthur River in the north. The region was named after the Tarkine, one of the 3 Aboriginal bands that occupied this area. As this was a winter trip, we saw the rainforest at its damp best, luscious deep greens and lots of different fungi. Fortunately, before the trip, I'd been told of a brand new walking track to Philosopher Falls, which is about 10 kilometres west of Waterfalls. This $1 million track descends through temperate rainforest and along an old water race that supplied the nearby magnet mine. The track descends steeply to the viewing platform over Philosopher Falls. They were named after Philosopher Smith, who was a pioneer discoverer of tin in the west and northeastern parts of Tasmania. On our way back along the track, it started to rain heavily, but with our umbrellas and good bushwalking gear, it didn't stop us taking photos and video. Next, we travelled to Corinna on the Pieman River. Interpretive signage by Parks Tasmania and heritage designed accommodation have been constructed since my last visit in the 1960s. The new Tarkine Hotel and Restaurant were a much appreciated addition to the facilities, especially since it was midwinter. The old gold miners would be turning in their graves at the luxury we enjoyed. Many times these prospectors would be semi-starving while waiting for basic supplies to reach them by boat or by track from Burnie. Next morning we were up early to enjoy the majestic stillness of the Pieman River. This river was named after Thomas Kent, a pastry cook who was sent to Sarah Island in Macquarie Harbour in 1822. He escaped and was recaptured near the mouth of the river, which now bears his name. The Pieman River has significant timber and mining heritage along its shores. Newly constructed walkways give access to these interesting sites along the banks of the river. Corinna is also the place where you can cross the Pieman River by barge to connect the Western Explorer Road to the north with the road to Zeehan in the south. This morning we had arranged to take a trip on the Arcadia to the mouth of the Pieman River. Built in Hobart in 1939, this vessel served in the Royal Australian Navy in New Guinea during World War II, before being brought to Corinna in 1970. The Arcadia is crewed by Norman Lorraine. Along these shores saw one of the craziest and unsuccessful gold rushes in Tasmania in the 1880s, 1890s. Hundreds of miners struggle through virtually impassable rainforest-choked valleys, or brave the treacherous west coast of Tasmania by boat to reach the new goldfields along the tributaries of the Pieman River. The tranquility of the river today belies the chaos and suffering of the early miners. Fortunes were made by people bringing in supplies. Few made any money out of mining, even though a 240-ounce gold nugget was found in the area. On a number of occasions, the Arcadia has braved the treacherous entrance to the Pieman River in its journey to Launceston for refurbishment and accreditation. The original settlement on the Pieman was at the river mouth. A hotel and dwellings were built here in the 1880s, but access was difficult from Waratah, so the settlement was moved to Corinna. Today's inhabitants obviously have a typically Australian sense of humour. The log jams and dead dolphins attest to the raw natural powers that still control life in this part of the world. A walk along the beach at the mouth of the Pieman makes you appreciate the forces of nature that shape all facets of the landscape. Been photographed on all sides. Our return to Corinna was no less exciting.
And he's still got his hands on the wheel.
The force of the floodwaters from the Savage River moved the Arcadia sideways. Next day we set off along the Western Explorer, called by locals the Road to Nowhere. We stopped at Middleton Creek, the site of one of the gold rushes in the 1880s. In the 1880s, this creek would have been crowded with miners seeking their fortune by finding alluvial gold. Following the Road to Nowhere, we eventually reached the Tarkine coast at Couta Rocks. I was familiar with this area in the 1960s as a diver for abalone. This rugged coast offered rich rewards for abalone divers, but because of the frequent commercial fishermen in the area have to resort to pulling their boats up onto slipways during winter in order to escape the relentless waves pounding in from the vast Southern Ocean. Further north, we came to the edge of the world, near the Arthur River. Recent storms had stirred up the ocean, and hectares of foam washed backwards and forwards in the surf. By the light of the setting sun, Rex and I resolved that we would return to the Tarkine wilderness.